So that new Shanks looks pretty insane, right? So today we're going to be looking at the old power Shanks. We're going to be revisiting him and taking him through the True Pirate Warrior stage, and I think we're going to take him through as well the free log, and obviously with the ultra hard difficulty, it does up the difficulty level of all these stages. So we're going to rock him probably in this stage afterwards just to see how he kind of holds up compared to the insanity that looks like the speed Shanks. Let's get into it. So when it comes to skills, I kind of went very basic with him. I just kind of used Sovereign Strength, and a lot of these other ones are basically just, you know, Heat Up, Rage of Lion, and stuff like that. Some stuff that we got from the Soul Map. So if you're wondering where you get Rage of Lion and some of the other like Shatter and I believe Heat Up, you get these from the Soul Map. So I'm just running these along with the Full Force Burst Enhancement and Hero Strength along with Cheat Death. But let's get into it. So Shanks is a very interesting character because I do think he, like, as a whole, he has a lot of power, right? He's a very good character, but the problem that I feel like a lot of people have is that you have to do this. You have to do the full square combo to get his, like, you know, his buff essentially, right? And then it goes away after one combo. Now from the gameplay that we saw of Speed Shanks, it looks very similar, because he gets a buff, but it also goes away after, looks like he does a combo or something. However, the other issue that this Shanks has is that when he goes into his full force burst, he doesn't keep, like, his not automatically in his, you know, in his buff state. He actually doesn't, like, even, like, go into it, right? You still have to do the full combo to get it like this, right? So if we go into it now, no, we haven't, because I already did it before. Just trying to get rid of Crocodile because he is really annoying. Alright, that should be done. But then it's gone, see? But from what it looks like, the Speed Shanks has basically like infinite, right? Like the buff is infinite while he's in full force burst. So I think that would have helped this, like, and the thing is, like, you can't even do that, like you just saw right there. If I do the combo and I like do like a combo cancel afterwards before the combo's even done, then the buff doesn't even get added to it. See? And you saw it earlier too, so you have to confirm that, right? You have to put the sword in the sheath to like basically confirm it. And man, I'm honestly like looking at the Conqueror's Hockey, like you know, like this version of it, and like all the normal versions of it compared to all the new ones, it doesn't even compare to how cool the new Conqueror's Hockey looks. Alright, let's get rid of Jinbei really quick. And again, I'm not trying to discount this Shanks, because this Shanks is extremely powerful. I just think, and a lot of people also agree that like his gimmick is kind of annoying, but doesn't discount how strong he is. Like he still can clear a bunch, right? He has a ton of power. Ton of range too. I'm not gonna try too hard to compare him to the new one that we're getting, because obviously it's a bit unfair because this Shanks is, you know, what, 4 years old now basically, while the new one is obviously fresh out the gate. I think with the benefit of being a speed type is obviously, if you're in the community, is very, you know, amazing, because the thing with speed types is I feel like the main thing to get around, obviously in these huge maps, is stamina, right? And the fact that he's a speed type, and judging by if you saw the combos or anything, or if you saw the video on the channel, like the combos with Speed Shanks and like the fact that he can just maneuver anywhere he wants essentially, at that, like he does so much damage, he has so much range that it's actually kind of crazy. It's also kind of funny to me that this should kill, but yeah, this Buggy's dead. It is kind of crazy to me that both Shanks and Kaido both had a prior, you know, power version, and their new version is a speed type. Our buddy Sengoku. Bring him in a little bit. This should be an okay. Yeah, just one shot of them. The thing is too, like, you just saw that attack. It looks like they gave him that attack very, like, as part of his combos for the new Shanks anyway. Like there's a combo string from what it looked like where he looked like he pointed his sword up and he like did the lightning attack, or you know, the hockey lightning. Don't worry, I'm also obviously, like, if y'all know, I let myself get damage a little bit and not really caring about my health, because that also just amplifies how much, you know, damage we put out. See, this is like the one thing I'm so excited for with the new Shanks. Like, look at the stamina bar, man. No matter how many upgrades we get with the stamina bar, a speed type just is so much better. That's a big reason why Katakuri is like one of my favorite characters in the game, is because he not only does he have insane damage, he also has just insane, like, obviously, like, movement, right? Because he literally just moves around the entire map. Garp should be dead, yep. But let me know if we have any fans in the comment section of Shanks, obviously, of this Shanks in particular. I know there's going to be a lot of fans of the new Shanks that's coming out, along with Koby and Uta. As well as myself, I do think that new Shanks has the potential to be legitimately one of the best in the game, if not, like, the best in general. They basically... What's interesting about that Shanks is they basically made him a... like, I want to say like a giant character. Like his moveset and everything, it literally looks like Power Kaido almost. Like the way he affects the environment like so much, just from like existing or from doing standard combo strength, it's kind of wild. All right, Bo Katakuri should be dead. Okay, dope. Like the way, like, it looks like Shanks just has so much area of effect when it comes to like the speed type. It's actually kind of insane. That's not to underestimate this version again. There should be both of them. Yep. I'll get the little one just because gotta be careful with these difficulties. Like, you know, even if I'm over leveled, they'll just randomly. But yeah, just like on pure combos, like that looks cool. But like seeing the speed type, I'm just like, damn, they just basically their borderline turned them to Sonic the Hedgehog, man. He's just bouncing around the entire map, just going crazy. Okay, aim is to get rid of Ace as quick. Okay, that's all I cared about. Ace is by far the most annoying character to deal with. Yeah, this guy is still strong, man. Like, no matter what, like, no matter what happens with that speed Shanks, this guy is still nuts. You know what's never not gonna be fun? Fighting Logia types. Might as well just go. Ooh, almost grabbed that. Part of me wants to grab that just... Nah, I believe in myself. I believe in the me that believes in me. I'll grab the orange, though. I also, like, another thing that I really like about the new Shanks, I really like his pose. Like, this one's cool, but the fact that, like, the new one is, like, blade out, like, kind of just, like, styling, it looks really, really dope. I'm just... Alright, should be enough. Boom. Oh, that was kind of stylish. I did it on top of this little rock right here. So one thing I did notice from the new Shanks is like after he did the you know how we did the Conqueror's Hockey here, and it does it adds the buff immediately to your sword. Judging from the trailer and the gameplay we saw yesterday on stream, it looks like the Conqueror's Hockey does not do this for the new Speed Shanks. It just does like, you know, the normal, like his sword. So it looks like it's still part of his combo, at least from like what we're seeing from the footage. So you still have to activate the actual sword buff, but he looks really, really good. Alright, so let's get into the next segment where we take him to quote-unquote harder stage. So I guess spoiler warning ahead, I'll probably skip all the cutscenes because I have a full playthrough of this game on my channel, but I'm just gonna go on here and maybe do the whole thing, maybe part of it, just to see how well we do against you know, all the enemies here, as well as like you know, just having a different set of you know, scenery, because I feel like we've only been playing the True Pirate Warrior stage, right? So it's good to just go around and play with, you know, the other maps and stuff like that. Same build, we're just gonna go right into it. Make sure you leave a like on the channel and subscribe if you're excited for the new like DLC pack, as well if you're excited for the upcoming pack afterwards, because it's gonna be insane with, you know, Gold Roger, and supposedly it's gonna be, you know, younger Garp and younger Rayleigh. And if you want to see my concepts on that, like those characters, I have it uploaded on the channel like months ago, I believe. And it actually feels nice to play a different map, not gonna lie. I've been every showcase has been on like the True Pirate Warrior stage, not because not anyone else's fault other than mine, but man, he is still a beast, man. Like I can't even lie, man. Like, in a way, this almost makes me feel like, damn, did we really need a newer Shanks? But again, I do understand the complaints with the other Shanks, or with this Shanks rather. The craziest thing about this though is that this means that the, you know, the newer Shanks is gonna be even crazier, obviously, because like I think the main thing, especially in Pirate Warriors 4 more so than the other Pirate Warrior games, is that maneuverability is a huge factor. And the fact that this guy, not that he's slow or anything right now, but the fact that this guy, or the new one, can just travel the entire map, like in his full force burst, as well as all his combos just being faster, I think if that Shanks is like his power, like his strength isn't like nerfed, I think he will be probably the best character in the game, maybe. I know the Giants usually have kind of an advantage, like, you know, like Shanks and stuff, but, or like Kaido and Big Mom. Whitebeard. Like, Whitebeard is just straight up a linebacker, right? Because, like, when you think of, like, the top tiers in the game, it's for sure, like, Whitebeard, Katakuri, Kaido, you know, Power Kaido. You can even toss in Hybrid Kaido, even though he's a little bit weaker. You know, he still has the sauce, right? Like, he's still strong. And he has the perks of being just a dominant force when it comes to just destroying, you know, armor and everything like that. So he, even though, like, you know, people don't like that he's a bit weaker, he legitimately is still, I would probably, maybe, I don't remember if I had him on A tier, but I would definitely bump him up to probably like S tier. The other main thing is that, oh my god, dude, I am so excited that they gave him the hockey walk. if y'all don't know or don't remember, in Pirate Warriors 3, you know, Shanks basically had this one combo string where he could essentially just walk forward, and it was the swaggiest thing ever because it was just him walking forward while exuding Conqueror's Haki with the heaviest of footsteps. It was like the coolest thing ever. But they took it away from the Shanks. He doesn't have it. But they gave it back to him. So maybe it's a case of they might be listening to the fan base, if that's the case. So maybe that's a good thing. They heard people complaining that this Shanks didn't have that, so, you know, they gave him in the new version. But, you know, the fact that it's just a taunt is actually, like, so insane to me. Oh, not gonna lie, I haven't done this stage in so long that it kind of threw me off that, like, Blackbeard was just back here chilling. What? Okay, he kind of tanked that, not gonna lie. Alright, this should annihilate everybody here, right? Almost. I'm actually taking a good bit of damage, but again, like, no matter how, it's like Goku Black, man. Like, the more damage I take, the stronger I get. I guess what's a good question for a discussion too is, like, what's your favorite Haki type of move? Like, what I mean by that is, like, you know, you have Conqueror's Haki, Armament Haki, Observation. A lot of the case, at least for Shanks and stuff like that, he exudes, like, you know, this, like, lightning Haki, you know, like, where he just, he just bolts of just pure Haki, you know, like the Wi-Fi stuff. That's probably my favorite, just because it's so, like that, bro. Like it just looks so cool, man. Like, obviously it's an extension of Conqueror's, but I don't know, man. The fact that it just looks so crazy, like that, dude. Like look at that, dude. Like, what? Yeah, let's go beat up Big Mom. That should have progressed this chapter. It is kind of nice, revisiting this after the end of Wano, now that the anime went through it and the manga's been through for a little bit now. Because, like, when I first played this was, like, obviously back in 2021, where I think the anime had just either entered the Odin flashback or they were exiting it, if I remember correctly. And it was pretty cool, right? Like, that flashback is really good. But, you know, obviously they made this game original thing because of that. So it's kind of wild to actually be here, like, post Wano, because again, I haven't touched it since then, because there's no reason for me to do it. And to see, like, their interpretation of, like, you know, of Wano is actually pretty cool. Because, like, I don't know, because, like, you know, back then this was, like, their specific iteration, right? This is what they thought Wano was. You know, this is their version of Wano ending, right? But, like, obviously we got Gear 5, we had the Haki blooming, we had all that crazy stuff. You know, ooh, gotta back up. Oh, that still hit, man. You know, we had all the Haki blooming, we had Hybrid Kaido, we had Yamato, we had so many twists and turns, right? So to see, like, this stuff, like right here, I don't know, it just shows how important, I guess, like, Haki is. And, like, also Big Mom's, like, moveset, right? Like, this is so funny, man. Because they are legitimately so strong, man. Like, I like this because this is actually kind of cool. But, like... Let me know in the comment section down below, did you... I mean, I think a lot of people are just going to say that they prefer the anime and the manga, for sure, because me too. But like, what did you think about this, right? Like, you know, kind of like the Straw Hats teaming up. Like, it kind of makes them feel a little bit more, like, cool, right? Obviously, it kind of nerfs, you know, Big Mom and stuff, because, like, it took way more than just Gear 4, and a normal... This is so cool, though. I know Sal would skip, but this is like, I'm getting enthralled. Okay. I'm just gonna skip the rest for now. That was just cool. I think it's also extra funny because of how long it actually took for them to, like, beat the Emperors, like, how resilient they were. Like, Big Mom had her limbs broken, and she, like, you know, like, remade them. Zeus went with Nami. Like, there's generally so many things that, like, the anime and, like, the manga, like, you know, did with them that, like, it's kind of funny to see, like, obviously their interpretation of them. Now, same thing with Mihawk. The thing that you can do to, like, avoid, you know, losing your buff on the sword is just never do a combo finisher. But at the same time, it's like, you know, you want to play the game. You don't want to be basically penalized for, you know, for playing it properly, right? Though at the same time, it's a Musa game. It's not that serious, right? Oh man, back when Drake, I think at this point in time, Drake was only a dinosaur model. I don't think they had like a normal model for him. So kind of crazy to think about. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut to here because, like, obviously there's a lot of you know, same old type of stuff. So I'm just gonna cut here for where we're actually about to head to Kaido and basically, you know, beat the game, I guess, again for the second time. Let me know if you like these types of long form content videos as well, because, you know, it's cool to, you know, go to the true Pirate Warrior stage, but I think everyone has seen that stage for so long that, you know, it's better to probably, at least in my opinion, to try and, like, go on different, you know, stages, different levels and stuff like that. And technically this would be the hardest stage in the game, or should be, because of the level cap. But obviously I think True Pirate Warriors remains the hardest simply because of the actual, like, I don't know, the bosses in there hit, I feel like they hit harder, maybe? And they obviously, there's a lot more, like, bosses to deal with that are much more annoying. Like Flamingo and Crocodile in the beginning are much harder, or, like, really annoying. Then you have characters like, you know, Mihawk that has a lot of health, and stuff like that. So, you know, there's a lot more going on, I think, in that stage personally. While I do like that this, like, tried to do something cool and different, right? Like, this is really dope. It is kind of crazy to think that Shanks was able to basically delay Kaido in the Marineford, you know, time, because he's, and, like, intercepted him and then stopped him from showing up at Marineford. I think we should be moving on. Looks like we're not even doing damage to him anymore, so. Well, that was kind of scary. I thought he was going to kill me or something. I really like the atmosphere, though. This song is crazy good, too. It's kind of crazy to see that, like, Zoro's, like, you know, in this game he's sweating, but, like, the whole big, like, important thing about the fight on the rooftop was that basically Luffy and, like, Zoro basically nullified Kaido's blast breath. like Kaido could not do anything because Zoro could nullify it because he learned the Kinemon technique, and this Luffy just tanks it in Gear 4. So it's kind of funny that they're like, oh my god, we can't do nothing about it, when in reality, technically, Kinemon and Zoro could just, you know, stop a blast breath. No issue, right? What the hell? Oh. Alright, this should be enough. Alright, here we... And there we go. We beat the game. We beat the guy. Very cool cutscene. You guys can see it elsewhere because I kind of want to end it with Shanks rather than end it with Luffy stealing the spotlight. But yeah, let me know what you all think about Shanks, or at least Power Shanks, you know, leading up to the release of the Speed Shanks coming out in about, at least the time of this recording, in about 7 days. He comes out on the 11th of January, I believe, maybe a day earlier. Not entirely sure. But let me know what you think about Power Shanks. Is he one of your mains already? Do you love him? Are you kind of scared that the new Shanks is just going to actually just make this Shanks obsolete? I do think that it might be the case. It just depends, right? Because Hybrid Kaido didn't make Power Kaido obsolete because Power Kaido just does so much damage. But Hybrid Kaido is just cooler, right? His combos. Luffy, even he's basically a copy-paste character, but the Gear 5 element of him makes him stand above the other Luffys, basically. I think it's like that Gear 5 and the fact that he can be infinite in it, basically, makes him so much better than the Gear 4 changes, at least in my opinion. So that didn't make the other ones obsolete because to play Gear 4, you have to use the other Luffy, right? So, you know, I do think that Power and Speed Shanks might have a place, you know, to be two mains, obviously. And Shanks is really popular, so I doubt people are going to be dropping this Power Shanks because he is still, in my opinion, judging from the gameplay and obviously just, you know, playing him as usual, my only negatives about him are definitely his sword buff. The fact that his sword buff takes, you know, basically the whole combo to get to it, and you have to make sure you at least get the little spark animation where, you know, your sword starts glistening, essentially. If you don't do that, then you won't get the buff. The cool thing is at least the Conqueror's Haki does give you it. And again, the fact that you kind of have to cheese around it, and if you want to keep the buff, you basically just can't finish your combos. And the other negative is that his full force burst doesn't allow him to keep the buff indefinitely. If this Shanks had the effect where he goes in full force burst and his, you know, his swords, like I believe Odin is this way, where you go in that mode and you just go ham with your Haki swords, I think I would have no, like, this Shanks would be, again, he is already one of the best in the game. He's probably like high A, or even, I mean, I could put him in like low S, you know, in terms of like top tiers, but he's definitely already up there, right? So I'm excited to see what Speed Shanks has to offer aside from just insane range and movement. I hope his actual like power is, if he's as strong as this Shanks or anything, then I think we're in for something special. So make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.